transforming pretty well. Yeah, that's, oh, well, not so good. Okay. Hey folks, today we've got a mail call, and this is an eBay parts lot that I picked up. I don't do a ton of eBay anymore because I just have tons of stuff, but I saw a really good parts lot out there for not a great price, but they had the offer option on there, so I was able to come to an agreement with the seller. I'm going to open it up. I know what to expect because I saw the listing, but I haven't actually opened this up yet, so you're going to do that with me. Now the reason I got this particular lot, okay, so doing the paper thing, um, you know, no big criticism, but I would definitely prefer bubble wrap or foam. So, okay, well that's bubble. It's a bubble bag, but they just threw it into the bag, so not individually wrapped. I would definitely prefer they individually wrap the pieces, but for a parts lot, it's probably not that big a deal. Everything that's broken is pretty much already broken. So that's it. It's 2 bags worth of stuff. Set this aside and go through it one by one. All right, so we've got a Trax, and I love a Trax. So this looks pretty good. He's got his little canopy door, which is often missing. He's got his side doors, which are often just cracked and destroyed. He's got both arms, and they're not even that yellow. It's transforming pretty well. Yeah, that's, oh, well, not so good. Okay. Yeah, that's a little detail I missed. Okay, so that part is broken. Let's see. Right here. This bit on this side is no longer present on that side, so that's a problem. But thankfully, that piece is separate from what's usually broken, which is this roof and doors situation. And then the legs. Let's see. Now, those legs are seized, and I've already shown you how to fix that. I guarantee it's going to be the classic issue with the leaf spring in there that's all folded up, so we can take care of that. But all in all, I like this. This is definitely a salvageable piece. And this is an Ironhide. I mean, he's pretty beat up. He's missing an arm. He's yellowed, but that can be fixed. But there are a lot of orphaned robot parts of Ironhide and Ratchet out there, and then there are orphaned sleds, the back part of the van. So this has a couple of decent tires. There's some cracking going on there, but yeah, I could see this becoming a restoration project in the future. Okay, next we've got 2 of the repair drones for Optimus Prime. I probably can do something with this. It's not that these are often missing though, so I'm not sure if these will ever come into the rotation. Usually you've got other problems with the trailers of Optimus Prime. You've got like the broken hinges at the door. That's probably the most common issue. Also, the tab towards the front will snap off, the one that releases the firing mechanism for roller. These are usually intact. I mean, I'll hang on to them. Not sure what I'll do with these. Well, here's a skid. I like this. It's got the doors, so that could be useful. His hood and his roof are often missing. They're not attached super securely. There's one good tire here and wheel. That's useful. They do tend to fall off, but they're really easy to put back on there. So it looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any major issues. Like the paint is pretty nice. Skids, by the way, just has a lot of die casting. It's something I really like about this toy. And the trunk, of course, opens. The original, the Diaclone version came with a little motorbike. They didn't keep that for the Transformers version, and I've never sourced one of those little motorbikes. I would love to have one. I like that Skids. I think I'll make use of it. I actually have a bag full of Skids parts, so I'll just have to pull out that bag and see how close that gets me to completing the figure. Okay, every parts lot has to have a jet body, and this one, unfortunately, is pretty close to worthless, unfortunately. I'll take care of it. I'll give it a good home. But all the parts that you would normally harvest are pretty much gone, right? Like the canopy is gone. Obviously, all the wings and things. But yeah, even that canopy being gone. But I probably have a replacement canopy, but I have so many of these jet bodies there will never be enough accessories to finish up all of the jet bodies. At least he has a nose cone, so that's good. And once in a while, you do see jets with broken legs, like their legs are just cracked. So having these, could make for some decent replacements. And I guess the stickers as well are another possibility. If we want to stay optimistic here, the stickers are decent, a little bit worn, but these could be removed and reused. All right, and we've got a Wreck-Gar. Actually, he looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any real problems here. Yeah, I like that. So Wreck-Gar is always missing the tire that goes around this wheel, so they're not super easy to find. There are some uh, modern replacements out there you can source. I like to, of course, go after the vintage. You can find them. The thing that you might see broken on a Wreck-Gar once in a while is just that these arms have popped off the shoulder, and look there. See all that white dust? This is still pretty loose, but that white dust is why so many of the toys get really tight. Not in this case, of course, but for the most part, when you have a really tight one and you open it up, you'll see that white dust. Yeah, this is a nice looking toy. I don't mess with Wreck-Gar that often, so every time I touch one, I have to sort of teach myself how to transform him. So let's not do that right now, but he's in decent shape. An intact Wreck-Gar. That's great. All right, and I'm very happy about this. I love seeing a good Bluestreak. Let's see, he's got his rear windows. At the rear windows, that nice floating hinge that's so important. Well, of course, paint looks really good. He's got that purple Autobot sticker that I love to see. Really good wheels, tires, circle stamp. All right, so we got what's called the Takara circle stamp. So this is a very early Bluestreak. He's missing a door. That's not a big deal. I'm certain that I have part spots, Bluestreak part spots that have a door they could donate. And then it came with roof. Know me, I love to fix a Bluestreak or Prowl roof. It does look like the matching broken piece, yeah. So that's going to make for a great repair. I've already done a video on repairing Prowl, so maybe I'll film it for you, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it for fun. Well, it's all for fun anyway. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. That's a pretty nice, clean connection. We can absolutely get this guy back into service. So I love this. This is one that also caught my eye. Yeah, look forward to that job. But here are the last pieces in the bag, and this is actually the thing I wanted to tell you about that caught my eye in the listing, right in the picture. So I thought this is what I saw. Like, it almost seems too good to be true, like it was a setup or something, but I'll try to prove it to you, right? Let me show you the eBay listing photo. You'll see that's what I saw. It's two Powerglides with opposite wings missing, which just seems like it's almost like it's a setup, to bait me, because obviously I would want to repair that. And I mean, it's just right there in front of me, and I'm trying to figure out what's the catch here. Like, why wouldn't this person have repaired it themselves? But maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they tried to and gave up. So this one is a little bit of a stress mark right here. That's really common on the rear wings of Powerglide. I honestly don't know why that's the case. I see so many of them with stress marks over here. It's not really a moving part. It's not something that's important to the transformation, but for some reason you get these little stress marks. This one doesn't have them. So I guess between the two, this one looks a little better. Now, when you try to replace the wing, right, look here. So it's pinned, okay? And it's not easy to deal with because the pin is like a one-way thing. It was intended to go in and never come back out because there's not an opening on the other side to push the pin out. So how do you even get this out? Now, somehow this has worked its way. There's a little bit of an edge there where you can try to grab it and pull it out. I'm wondering, so then on this one, look at this. It's like it's just begging to be fixed. This pin has worked its way out a little bit. I'm not sure how that happened or why. And maybe it's because the wing actually had broken off and they were trying to replace it and just couldn't get the pin all the way back in. That's one theory, but it's already sitting there. So I'm feeling the very strong urge to try to fix this right now. So let's do exactly that. All right, so I grabbed some needle nose pliers. Since I cannot push the pin out from the other side, I'm going to have to pull it out. So I'll just use these pliers and see if I get enough of a grip. And oh, that was easy. Okay, really easy. All right, set that down. Get our wing. Transplant. Get in there, buddy. Maybe apply a little bit of brute force and push this pin in. Let me see if I'm strong enough to just do it. There it is. That wasn't too bad. It's more flush. No big deal. And then this one, you actually can use the pin for sure. I'll just do it to show you how it works. Easy. No big deal. Well, that was immensely satisfying to have an impromptu repair straight out of the repair box. So super weird, but I'm sure there's some logical explanation. But just how lucky that was to have two broken power glides with complementary missing pieces that I could complete one right on the spot like that. And it wasn't a setup. I mean, it really seemed too good to be true when I saw the picture. And I thought, is that what I'm really seeing? I figured once I got them up close, I might find some other, bigger problem, but there's no problem at all. And that's the mail call on the eBay parts lot. A lot of good promise in there. Some great projects on the way. I'm looking forward to working on that Bluestreak and the tracks in particular. Happy about the Wreck-Gar being totally intact, so maybe we can get some accessories for him. And then we got to do a quick on-the-spot repair of Powerglide. So glad to see Powerglide back in action. And if you like this sort of thing, take a look at some of the other videos on the channel. We do a lot of repair techniques, history, and trivia. Say hi in the comments. And as always, I hope you found this information useful, and we'll see you next time.